Hello guys and welcome to all those training to become Super Saiyans. This is Revolution. So on this video I'm going to be making an outlandish claim. Now this outlandish claim is not going to be transpiring in Dragon Ball Super, nor am I claiming it to be. It is a hypothetical situation. Who knows, it could happen one day, but the chances of it are very slim. You have to take this with a pinch of salt. But as I've said many times on my channel, I do factual stuff and I do discussions, hypothetical situations. I have a very big imagination, so I tend to catch on to things in the show and wonder where they could go with that in terms of what avenues they can take with that narrative. Now in chapter 28 of the Dragon Ball Super manga, and yes, I'm going to bring the manga into this, and I'm aware that the manga and the anime are different canonicities, but in chapter 28 of the manga, what we get to see is Beerus, the god of destruction of Universe 11, announced to the Daishinkan that he has elected Toppo to be the next god of destruction because he is considering retiring. Now in the anime we do know that Toppo is also the next in line god of destruction for that universe. However, in the anime, Beerus does not say that he is retiring, but you get the general gist that in the manga it was just that bit more descriptive than what it was in the anime for that particular segment. So like I said before, the anime and the manga both go off the same bullet points, and Toyotaro and Toei both use different plot devices to get to the same end point of that plot. And sometimes you can find correlations there, but what it did do was got me thinking. Okay, so Beerus hasn't announced that he's planning on retiring from the God of Destruction role in Dragon Ball Super, the anime, but what if he did? What if he had to choose a successor to his throne as God of Destruction? Now, whilst the obvious candidates do seem to be Vegeta and Goku, I kind of thought in more depth to that and kind of came to the conclusion that there's actually somebody out there that will be an even better God of Destruction than those two. Now, I will get to those reasons in just a moment, but let's talk about what the God of Destruction role actually is. So basically, it is a deity, and he is the equal opposite to the Supreme Kai, which is considered the God of Creation. So we have a God of Creation and a God of Destruction. Now, between them both, they are supposed to find a balance which allows the universe's inhabitants to increase their mortal rating. We learnt this just before the Tournament of Power, and basically it's why the whole Tournament of Power is being held, because there has not been enough evolution in the increase in mortal rating between the universes fighting in the Tournament of Power. Now, unfortunately for me, and unfortunately for you, Universe 7 has an incredibly low mortal rating. So, obviously, the God of Destruction is Lord Beerus. But the God of Creation, who is also known as the Supreme Kai, is named Shin. Now, Shin is a Shinjin, and the God of Creation role is not elected the same way as the God of Destruction role is. The God of Destruction role seems to take extremely powerful mortals, and should this God of Destruction die or retire, then that extremely strong mortal takes his place. However, with the Shinjin, how it works basically is there is a planet called Kaishin. Now, the Shinjin are born from magical fruits. Yes, I said it, magical fruits off a tree called the Kaiju. So basically, how the hierarchy of the Shinjin works is on that magical tree with the magical fruit. If you are just a regular Kai, you'll be born from a normal looking fruit. As you can see on this diagram on your screen right now, this is taken from the Super Exciting Guide. But if you are a Supreme Kai, you are chosen among the Shinjin born from a golden fruit that is particularly rare. So this is how Shin became the God of Creation, but there are other avenues to take as well. Obviously, we learnt recently in Dragon Ball Super that Zamasu was an incredibly gifted martial artist, and by his martial arts prowess was chosen to be Gowasu, the idiot Gowasu's apprentice Supreme Kai. But what it shows you is that the role of the God of Creation is exclusive to the Shinjin. So whilst we've seen the electorate in question train with the Supreme Kai and even release the Elder Kai from the Z-Sword and then have his potential unlocked by the Elder Kai, it is as far as we know, impossible for this electorate to become a god of creation. So I think a big misconception with the role of God of Destruction is that you have to be the most powerful in the universe. Now, as we know from Universe 11, Jiren the Grey is not becoming the next God of Destruction, so that rules that out. So, whilst Goku and Vegeta and even Frieza are the most powerful in Universe 7, it doesn't necessarily mean they will be the best candidate for God of Destruction. It requires much more than just being powerful. Now, Goku and Vegeta are obsessed with increasing their power, and they are obsessed with fighting. And Frieza has to take a huge part of the responsibility as to why Universe 7 has a low mortal rating in the first place. So considering how many agendas he has, I don't think he'd make a very good electorate. Now, I actually think Vegeta would be a good God of Destruction. In fact, he'd probably make a better God of Destruction than Beerus, who spends most of his time sleeping. But I still feel that Gohan would make an even better God of Destruction. So here's why. So an evaluation on being a God of Destruction is, as I said before, your performance in terms of the mortal ratings of the universe. Now, Shin and Beerus seem to be at odds with each other on how to accomplish a higher mortal rating. Shin thinks Beerus is lazy and sleeps too much and then just destroys willy-nilly, whereas Beerus thinks that Shin is too carefree and allows the mortals or inhabitants of the universe to attempt progress at their own devices. So clearly what we have here is a relationship that isn't on the same level and aren't performing with any sort of synergy. However, Gohan and Shin have a very good relationship, dating all the way back to the Buu Saga. Now, in the Tournament of Power, or just before the Tournament of Power, we saw Gohan, after being elected the leader of Team Universe 7, devising a team strategy for Universe 7 to follow, and they did this together. So clearly they have much better synergy than Shin and Beerus would have. In fact, Beerus barely got involved in this team strategy at all. Now, I know this team strategy has gone completely out the window in the Tournament of Power, but what it shows is that Gohan and Shin can work together. There is a respect there and it's mutual. So earlier when I discussed how you don't have to be the most powerful being in the universe to be the God of Destruction, what is required is that you have a level of power that is capable of destroying what's necessary. So obviously at the end of Z, Gohan in his ultimate form was the most powerful singular character in Dragon Ball Z. He had his potential unlocked by a former god of creation, and he was incredibly more powerful than even Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But with the inception of Dragon Ball Super, with Beerus, with Super Saiyan God, and pretty much anything that came after it, we learned that Ultimate Gohan was pretty much nothing to this new tier of power. But even though Gohan went through a long arc of becoming less and less powerful, in the lead up to the Tournament of Power, he refound his ultimate form and now seems to be stronger than ever. So it's really hard to gauge where Gohan's power is, because the two fights we've seen him have so far are against Goku and Frieza in the latest episode. But against Goku, you never really know for sure if Goku is being serious. But what it did suggest to me is that Gohan is somewhat relevant to an even lowballed Super Saiyan Blue Goku. And then obviously in the Tournament of Power, we see him fight Frieza. At first we think it's serious, but then we find out that it's not serious. But Gohan was trading blows with Golden Frieza. So even though using those two fights as a barometer for Gohan's power is still debatable and discussionable, I think it's fair to say that Gohan would at least be relative in his ultimate form in Dragon Ball Super to maybe even a Super Saiyan God Goku. Now that's an incredible power up, but actually if you think about it, the ultimate form was very untouched upon even after Z concluded. So the potential for growth with that transformation could be wildly excessive. But if he is to be relative to a Super Saiyan God Goku, therefore he would have the power to at least destroy a universe, as we learn in Goku's clash with Beerus. And even if he wasn't to have that kind of power yet, we do know that even Vegeta, after unlocking God Ki and Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta says that Gohan still has the most latent ability out of all of the Z Warriors. So he still has the most potential. Now, Another reason why he would be a very good god of destruction is because he himself has a high mortal rating. After learning about Universe 7's low mortal rating, Beerus berated Goku for giving Universe 7 the low mortal rating. But Goku replied back with, well, Gohan brings balance to the Universe's 7 mortal rating. Gohan is very intelligent, he is a scholar, and unlike Beerus, who is impulsive and impatient and easily irritated, Gohan is thoughtful and considerate. So in collaboration with the Supreme Kai Shin, I believe they could form a relationship that allows Universe 7 to prosper in terms of their mortal rating, allowing Universe 7 to bloom with well-thought strategies and planting the seeds for a better future. And you know, if somebody threatens Gohan's God of Destruction role, he can just call his dad. So this is why Beerus should elect Gohan as the next God of Destruction should he decide to retire. It could be a foreshadowing with Vermouth deciding to retire. Only time will tell. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments section. Who do you think would be the best God of Destruction out of all the Z Warriors? If you like my videos, guys, make sure you smash that like button with a big bang attack. If you enjoy my videos, if you enjoy having these out-of-the-box discussions with me, make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And remember one very important final message. If you stay calm in any vexing situation, you will never, ever become a Super Saiyan. Make sure you click that subscribe button to make sure you get all my latest content straight to your account as soon as it's released. And here are some more videos from my library, which I'm sure you will all enjoy.